Hi, this is the third video, assessment video for MGT568, and it's focused on hidden issues of discrimination in your workplace or organisation or one that you worked in. It can be an organisation or it could be a community group. And this is a group post, so it's only a short video. So, the task is, this assessment is going to give you a chance to share with your peers and to explore issues of discrimination that are unspoken or maybe not obvious in your organisation or community group, and you'll be able to do this in a collaborative, respectful and confidential forum. So what's said on the forum stays on the forum, and people need to be respectful, and we need to all realise that we're not going to pass any information on to anyone else, so that everyone gets a chance to share in an open and transparent way. And we will build that up, that atmosphere, that space throughout this subject as well, because there are some things in this subject that need, and all subjects really, but this one in particular, that we want to keep things, hold the space for that collaborative sharing and respectfulness. And from this actual group post, you'll actually gain ideas and insights for your fourth assessment. So there's no mark for this as such, but it is satisfactory and unsatisfactory. So if you do, very unlikely, if your post is unsatisfactory or you don't post, you'll be asked to resubmit. So that's really important. And there is it'll be on a discussion board. Now the discussion board isn't obvious at the moment, but it will be opened. I'll just advance on a bit. I'm getting ahead of myself. So you need to, this assessment requires you to engage with your peers, as I've said before, on a discussion forum to share your insights about hidden issues of discrimination in your workplace or community. This assessment is a precursor to assessment 4. So gender and ethnicity are differences that are easily identifiable when we think about diversity strands, and this is after Simon Weston's work. So these are the things that are made apparent. So, racial background, culture, gender are normally particularly women, are quite, obvious. But reflecting on organisations within which you have worked or with whom you interact, so that could be a community group as well, discuss on the group discussion forum other differences that exist that create hidden discrimination or tensions, but which aren't spoken about in your organisation. Okay, so you might, through studying this, find that there are people in your organisation who are part of the out group, and there are people who are part of the in-group. And actually identifying who's the out-group and who's the in-group, you can see who's being discriminated against, who's different. There might be people who are real introverts. That's a behavioural personality difference, and they're excluded. Their voices aren't heard. Or there might be people who are quite loud and the organisation isn't that sort of organisation, and so their voices aren't heard and they're marginalised. So there's a whole range of things that happen in organisations that discriminate against certain groups. Okay, so we might even have people that don't have maybe a university degree, don't have a lot of that background training, and they may be excluded. So, or there might be discrimination, against people with disability. A whole range of issues there that can be brought to the fore. Post your response to the discussion forum, so around 200 words. I'm not going to get head up if you, write 250, but, keep it short and sweet and succinct. I want you then to respond to 2 other posts, providing insights about that issue and suggesting leadership actions to address these challenges. So about 150 words. And we don't want this to be a therapy session as such. It's really just, looking at the issue. What do I see about this? What are some of the actions that could be taken? And these you will draw also very much, well, I'm hoping so, from the subject as well and from your reading in the subject. And if you've done other leadership subjects, either here or elsewhere, or if you are a leadership practitioner already, a leader, what actions can be taken to address those challenges. And from that, everyone will gain some ideas and insights for assessment 4 as well, as I said before. The discussion board is going to be open on the 8th of January and it will be closed on the 17th. That's quite a lot of time for it to be open. So get in early, post early with your issues and respond early, because then you can get it over and done with. It's due by the 18th of January, and you'll also be working at this time for your 4th assessment. So you want to be getting this out of the way before the 4th one. It is an expectation that you will have posted your initial response by the 10th of January. So you've got 2 days to do that. 1 day or maybe 2 days late, I may give some leeway, but try and get it in, because it's important that it is timely. And look, I've done this with students before. They've posted very late and then they've had no one respond to them, and they haven't had a chance to respond to others either, so then they struggle to make sense of things. So make sure you get in early. You've got plenty of time to do this. It's not due until the 8th of January. You would have got your digital identity story out of the way by then. Assessment 2. Start getting the data for this the first week of January. If you get your digital identity story done before Christmas, between Christmas and the New Year, before you start back, you can start thinking about these things. And sometimes when you step away from work, and I know a lot of you are working from home as well, you can actually think a bit more impartially and a bit more critically about, what are the areas of discrimination in my workplace or in the community group I work or the place that I used to work, etc. So if there are any questions, as I said before, email me in the first instance, and also I have assessment in the subject discussion board, the notice board. There's a column for assessment questions as well, and I will address this in an online meeting as well, so we'll discuss this and how it's going to pan out in an online meeting. So don't panic. I think you'll enjoy doing this. It's really important that you get to have a chance to share with your peers and find out more from them, because I firmly believe that the wisdom's in the room with your peers. Okay, so thank you for listening, and cheers.